Thank you, my people. Thanks for joining us. This is your own Buzzman, and this is your channel. I have an interesting topic today, but again, I have a question as we are starting. And a question that I need you to ponder on. Do you ever feel like things are just out of control? I know we do a lot of time. Maybe a missed deadline, a forgotten occasion, or a project gone wrong. These leave you frustrated, searching for someone to blame. Are you familiar with that? But what if there was a way to shift our focus and unlock a sense of empowerment? Today, we are ditching the blame game and exploring the path to personal freedom. And I want you to think about that. We are ditching the blame game. Because when you stop pointing fingers and start taking control, that's when things really start changing. Now, let's dive into why taking ownership is the key to a more fulfilling life, starting right now. And taking ownership, like I said, I had opportunity to be around someone who, to be honest, had a very irresponsible father, to a large extent. And not totally irresponsible because, when we're growing up, what you notice that maybe his dad did some things that a lot of fathers couldn't do, the father may not have everything, but sending them to school, paying for a lot of things. So the father wasn't totally irresponsible. He did a lot of things that, you wouldn't want your father to do, and he wasn't a good mentor. But where am I going? This person I was moving to at a point in time keep blaming the dad for not having the life that I wanted to live. And I told him that time, by the time you're getting to a certain age in your life, you should stop blaming your parents. By the time you become adults, we should stop always blaming our parents. And I know some people may disagree with this, but where I'm going is that part where for every problem, for every missed opportunity, for every missed appointment, or for every issue we find around ourselves, we blame others for. Honestly, a lot of times, this will not push us to the growth, that we need. A lot of time, the blame game is just a way to shift, responsibilities to others and not to us. And a lot of time, we stop, moving forward. Every time we put the blame on others shows that we are not taking ownership and we are not ready to change, the situation or to take control of the situation. A lot of life is going on the wrong path because that's the mindset that a lot of people are going through or going with. And the question is that, how can we make this shift? Once again, is to consciously accept the fact that we are taking ownership of everything that happens in our life. Whether at work, whether at home, when issue occur, we are taking ownership. We are saying, I take responsibility for this. That's where it starts from. If possible, if we need help, we can seek help. And help can come from mentors, it can come from counselors, it can come from trusted friends and say, this is what I'm going through. This is what I think I need a bit of a change on. How can you help me? How can you direct me to this path? And some of these things, a lot of us will have felt like this also in the past, but it's because we took the responsibility. We took the charge to say, we want to get the change that we are looking for. But every time I discover that when we decide to take ownership of this, that's the beginning of when change, can start, happening in our life. Like the person I was talking about, Sometimes I see here about him and I know that he's not going on the path I should go, because back, in his being, in his brain and his life, he's still holding on to what the parent didn't do. And the question is that, does he want his kids or his children or his grandchildren to come back and blame him for their own failure because he's not leading them as he should? So again, let's take ownership. Let's take responsibility. Let's stop blaming others. Let's start taking charge. Maybe that's when the change that we need will occur. And like I always say, maybe that's when we start doing great things and going to that path that we really want. Thank you for listening. You can share your experience, you can share your thoughts, you can share your own comments. We would like to listen and read from you as well. Thank you. Until we see you again, keep doing great things.